Welcome everyone to the stream. Great to have you all here. Fantastic, and I'm glad you can join me. Welcome Terry, welcome Gordon. Struggling a little bit this morning, just with a bit of a headache, so bear with me. Now, just want to make sure everything's coming through nicely. We seem to all be up and running, which is fantastic, so great to have you here. Thanks Terry. Yeah, I've got my bottle of water here ready to go, taking a few pills. I was hoping I didn't actually have to cancel this morning. Okay, so in front of us now we have my colony of Camponotus consubrinus. Yeah, I agree, Gordon. I had the flu a little while back. Whole family had it. Took us all out, which was not good at all. Probably, it's the first time I've actually had the flu, so. So yes, this colony here is going quite well. Now, as my Patreons would know, I've started carving a new nest for this colony. So it's coming along nicely, just to give them a bit more room. And I'm posting some updates there for my Patreons, so they'll be able to see the progress, and then once it's done I'll be making a video on hooking the nest up. They're fairly quiet this morning over in this corner, but what I'll do is I'll pan around and we'll have a little bit of a look. If you can just let me know in the chat where you're joining me from as well, that'd be fantastic. You can see there's quite a bit of a cluster happening here in the outworld here. They love their water feeder. They're always congregating around that. Fantastic, great to have you here, Gordon from Queensland, Terry from Liverpool. Fantastic. As we can see, the setup out here in this outworld, quite busy. Very busy. And next door to them we have the Nemesia. Let's see if I can line up this worker we've got out here a bit better. There she is. She's beautiful. Grooming herself in the outworld. It's pretty quiet out here. Because of winter at the moment, there's not a lot of activity. It's not too cold today, which is good. So we'll see hopefully a bit more activity as the time goes on here on the stream. Welcome Stormlight, Washington, USA. Great to have you here as well. What time is it over in Washington at the moment? Now, a little bit about the Myrmecia brevinota, which you can see on your screen now. 5 p.m. Fantastic. So, Myrmecia brevinota is one of the largest species of bull ants that is out there. These workers get up to about 40 millimeters in size. That's maximum. And that's actually one of the largest species of ants in the world. So it's a great privilege to be able to have them in part of my collection and be able to observe them. And yeah, I'm not sure if I'll have one of those crawling over me anytime soon. I haven't been stung by these girls yet. Always very cautious when I'm working in the outworld, but they are quite docile around me. They're probably quite used to me. What we'll do now though is have a look inside the actual nest of these girls, if you like, and see what they're up to. So if you've been following the development on this colony, you'll know that there's quite a lot of larvae. So let's have a look at that now. Try and get rid of some of this glare. How's that look? Too bad? Yeah, they're quite used to the light, Terry. They do get a little bit agitated and start to move things around, but they're not too bad. So it's just one of those things. I try not to do it too often and disturb them. But because of their just used to sort of really working with them and checking on their brood all the time, they kind of get used to me. So yeah, plenty of brood at the moment. They really are progressing nicely. Going to have a nice expansion of workers. It's interesting that they decided to have all of the workers, well, the queen laying all those eggs right at the beginning of winter, which was interesting just to be able to see that coming in. I would have thought it would have been the warmer months, but they've gone ahead, laid all of those eggs. Lots has hatched here. This is just one of the chambers with the larvae, so we really are going to have quite an expansion going on with this colony, and hopefully over the next few months, as it starts to get warmer, we'll be able to have a lot more workers hatching in this colony. Now yes, the time frame, I've worked out that a little bit dependent on protein and temperatures, going on. It's about 4 to 6 months from egg to worker, which is quite a long time. But when you think about it, these Myrmecia, they live for a very long time. The queens live for 15 odd years, and the workers live for a good couple of years as well. So pupating that amount of time, up to 6 months, is just part of the process. Quite often, the shorter the pupating time, the shorter the lifespan of the ant. Yeah, you might be right there, Gordon. Why they're doing that, because of that long time period. By the time they come out as new workers, it's nice and warm for them. So I'm just going to move around a little bit here, just so you can see. I'll see if I can get a bit of a better angle here. One of the other chambers that we have. See if I can focus in here a little bit better. It's going to be interesting. Pretty blurry right there, but let me see what I can do, because I'll have to get up nice and close here for you. Maybe not. Must be a sweet spot for the streaming software. That glare is really annoying. I did some testing last night and it wasn't this bad. But yeah, there's the beautiful Myrmecia brevinota colony that I have, which is fantastic. This is the largest colony of bull ants that I do have. If you haven't watched the video on the rescue, or the bull ant dig that I did to help Hunter Valley ants rescue their colony, please have a look at that. And it explains a little bit about this colony as well. This is where I got this colony. This was a satellite nest to that large colony, which had probably around about 3,000 workers. Now, a couple of questions there. Terry, as far as colonies, let me think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I've got 11 colonies in total. Some of those are just founding ones, so a couple of those are just queens at the moment. Yeah. So quite a few colonies to have, which is great. We're going to have a look at the Camponotus consubrinus, or banded sugar ants, a little bit more as well this morning, and I'd like to show you the meat ant colony as well, which I think is pretty interesting. Welcome Cody from Michigan. Fantastic to have you here with us. And Feel Good, have you been heating them over winter? Yes, I have been running a heat cable around a couple of my colonies just to keep them progressing, and yeah, I think that has helped things a little bit progress along, which is good. So I'm just going to show the other side of the nest here for the Myrmecia. We'll go around and have a look at them, which are over here. Now, Gordon, trying to find the queen, that is going to be fairly difficult. Now, a little bit on that, Gordon, thanks for bringing that up. So basically, from what I can work out, this colony, the queen is an ergotoid queen, which generally means she doesn't fly out of the nest and mate and start a new colony. She walks out of the nest. Now that's not common to all species of bull ants, but it is to the Brevinoda. So basically what happens is she will leave the nest and walk out. The problem with that is that she's really hard to tell and really hard to find. Now in my latest video I had located her, but only in the footage after, when I noticed. So I need to track her down, and I'm going to do that, and I'm going to record just her for everybody. But you can actually see some little wing scars on the side where perhaps she may have had some wings, underdeveloped wings, but her thorax or midsection there definitely did not have the big bulky backpack housing those big muscles for the wings. So a little bit different there. So I'll keep chasing that one up, Gordon, and hopefully we'll have some more information shortly on her. So just going to go and have a look over here at the banded sugar ants, just to have a little check-in on them and see how they're going. Colony is doing really well at the moment. A lot of expansion, and yeah, we will be going inside and having a look at the nest itself as well. Sorry if I'm a little bit slow this morning. I've still got this shocking headache, but we'll get there. Now, Gordon's just asked her about Hunter Valley ants. Yeah, they haven't posted for a while. A few things going on there, I believe, so not sure if they're going to be back. But yeah, I think they are still doing a few removal rescue digs to help people out occasionally. So yeah. So Camponotus consubrinus, if you don't know too much about them, one of the larger Camponotus species here in Australia. They are polymorphic, so you have the two different sizes you can see here. There's a lot of majors, soldiers out here in the outworld, and you can see your workers walking around as well. One of my favourite species of ants, actually, the Camponotus consubrinus. I love their huge size, and because you do get those soldiers as well. So colony's doing really well. They're always packed out in the outworld. They really do need a new nest, so that's something that I am working on, as I mentioned earlier. And yeah, really happy to have them. Fantastic species, and just the size of them, just amazing sometimes. Zoom in here a little bit more. Get this camera going, hey? Get up there and have a look at these soldiers. Fantastic big soldiers, aren't they? Haven't been bitten by a soldier yet, actually. Plenty of the other ones. When I do have escapees, I just pick them up with my fingers and pop them back in. And they use their chemical warfare on me, so they're spraying their formic acid. They get quite agitated. It's quite a pungent smell when you get quite a bit on you. Yeah, so, but doesn't actually do anything to you. Doesn't affect humans. But they do spray that when they are attacking, and quite often what you'll see is them curl their abdomen around to be able to spray their prey, or in defense as well. Yeah, so there's a good shot there of the workers along with their soldiers, and you can really see the massive size of their head, used for defense, for cutting up prey. Really nice. Does anybody have any questions on this particular species? Thanks for joining Excalibur AI Automation. Great to have you here as well.
Just want to say a big thank you too for everybody in the support of their channel. I know it's been a little bit slower of recent. Been extremely busy with work and family over the last several months, so that has slowed things up in the development, especially of my long form videos. So I've been trying to put out some shorts so people can keep a little bit up to speed with some of the colonies. And that's, I'm glad I can do that, and I'm glad I've got that capacity now in YouTube to be able to do that. So that's great. But yeah, it just means that the longer form videos have just been a bit slow in coming. Now Gordon's just asking if I used the heat cables on this colony. No, I didn't use a heat cable on my banded sugar ants this year. They're already packing out their outworld, so I didn't really want them developing too fast, so I just let them go. I kept the heat cables around a couple of colonies that I just wanted to make sure we're getting through a little bit of a danger period. The Mimicea I wanted to keep going because their numbers have dwindled a little bit as some of the workers die off. So I wanted to make sure there was good success with their brood this season. With the meat ants, I've kept them going as well. You'll see them soon. They are in desperate need of another nest. Got a little bit of a secret project going on there, so I won't mention any more than that at the moment, but we've got some expansions happening over there. Yeah, so basically the heat cable, I've got a founding Mimicea colony, just with a queen with a couple of eggs, so I had the heat cable on her. On my strobe ants as well, just to keep them motoring along. There should be a new video coming out on them fairly soon as I expand them. So what I'm going to do now, before we let's have a look inside the nest of the Camponotus consubrinus. I'll just shuffle things over so I can get in there. Bear with me. Okay, so this is one of their nests. As you can see there's plenty of brood. I'll see if I can get a little bit closer up on that though, because it's a little bit hard to see and focus in on that at the moment where it is. So let's go up and have a little bit of a closer look. Cool cable. There we go. So doing really well in there. So this is just one of the nests that I have. In fact, I know this colony I need to do an update on them as well, so that's going to have to come fairly soon. But very, very quiet in the nests. As I mentioned, the new nest that I'm making is it's a Waitong nest, Hebel, so very similar to the original nest that I have for this colony. So I'm doing another one like that. It's probably going to be nearly twice the size of that one though, and I've got another backup nest as well, because although this expansion I'm aiming to get rid of this acrylic nest that you see here in the other one and replace it with this large Waitong, it won't give them a lot more room, maybe another 10% or so. So I've got another Waitong nest that I ready to go. I just need to set it all up and carve it all out. One thing I wanted to ask though is I'm thinking of packing it full of dirt, and then they can actually excavate as they need. What do you think about that idea? Yeah, interested to know what you think. See if you think that's a good idea, so then they can dig and expand as they need. Oh, okay. So this is, as I mentioned, just one of them. You can see here in the nest, it's got quite a few. Plenty of workers here, carrying the brood around. Just great to have. Welcome, Dom, great to have you here, mate. Alright, so that's my Camponotus consubrinus colony. Now we might head over and have a little look at the meat ant colony. You get a little look at the Myrmecia workers as we're coming past. Oh, where is she? She is. Beautiful. Alright, let's have a little looky here. Look at that. How great. That's good timing, isn't it? She has obviously just captured a cricket in the outworld. And I'm pretty sure she'll be dragging that one down into the nest fairly soon to feed the brood. Might even be able to see her do that. Let's see how she goes. Sometimes they don't do that straight away though. Clumsy thing. Now, Terry, you've asked about the meat ants. Why they get that name. Now here in Australia, meat ant colonies are known to get up into hundreds of thousands, even upward of 1 million. What is she doing? There's another cricket. Not sure what this worker's doing, a bit clumsy. Now, yeah, so large, really large colonies are the meat ants. And what farmers do is if they have a dead animal on their property, sheep or cattle, they will quite often drag that over to a nest of this particular species, which is Iridomyrmex perpeus, and they will leave the carcass on the nest. And they got their name, their common name, by meat ant because they can strip a carcass in no time at all. Yeah, they are really, really quick and ferocious when it comes to eating and destroying anything. I've had that happen when I throw pieces of meat in with my colony. They strip it down so fast. Not sure what's going on with this worker. It's a bit crazy. Myrmecia worker here. Yeah, pretty much. Piranha ants. Where's this worker? What is she up to? She's super clumsy. Alright, let's set that up there, see if we can focus on that a bit, see what she's up to. Hopefully she'll take that cricket down there for us. A little bit of interest out here in the outworld though. Maybe they're starting to wake up a bit. Got another worker back here, just coming out of the test tube I have here for a supply of water. Oop, back in she goes. And back over here again we have this worker investigating this cricket. So yes, we'll come over and we'll have a look at these meat ants now. 5,000 subscribers special. I think I might have to do something. Reaching that, I think, is a pretty good achievement. Hoping that I can get to 5,000 before the year is up. Alright, we'll come back to the Mimosia. Let's go and have a look. Some meat ants. Okay, here we are out in the outworld. See, there's quite a few out here already. The little white bits and pieces that you see at the back there on the ground, that's actually pieces of turkey that I've gave them. A big large slab of turkey, and they've eaten that pretty fast. So pretty happy with this outworld that I have going here. Now, yeah, 5k special for sure, Gordon. Yeah, let's do it. Now, Terry, meat ants, feeding regime with them. Don't necessarily have a particular regime with them. I have 2 feeders here in the outworld, so 2 liquid feeders. So I've got these 2 here. So the one on the right there is my my sugar water feeder. So they're sort of half and half sugar sugar and water. So that's their carbohydrates. And then on the left there is their water feeder. So I basically make sure they're both topped up constantly. As you can see there, they're both empty, so I need to top them up. And then when it comes to giving them protein, every couple of days I'll give them some. They're pretty ravenous, so every couple of days I'll give them something. I quite often give them mealworms, the odd cricket as well, and then yeah, some other processed meats like turkey's pretty good, nice clean meat for them. They're pretty quiet out here. As I said, it's the cooler months. They're not overly active and doing heaps at the moment. See if we can focus in here a little bit better. These guys, it's a little bit hard to get it nice, but I'll just see if that works there. Let's go up a little bit. Give it a new focusing center. There you go, a little bit better there anyway. Yeah, so no, this colony is doing really well. Getting quite large, which is great. That's what I want. Small Duck 9, do you check your Instagram messages? Not very often at all. I don't really go much on Instagram anymore. It's hard to keep up with all of the social medias, so yeah, basically if you want to get hold of me on YouTube is the way to go. Obviously my Patreons have access to me as well, so anytime they've got any questions they can get hold of me straight away on there. But otherwise, yeah, YouTube's probably the best spot. I do have a Discord as well if you want to join that. Again though, I'm not super active on there, but there's some really good people on there and know a lot about ants. So if you do have any questions, feel free to join the Discord, and there's a bit of chat goes on there from time to time about different species. So yeah, feel free to join on that one. But yep, I'm trying to just concentrate on the YouTube. I'm rather time poor, so I can't spread myself across too many social media platforms. And I don't really go on Facebook at all. Not anymore. Okay, so there's a little bit of a look around with a couple of my different colonies, which was great to be able to show that off for you all. Now, as I mentioned, I'm planning on getting a couple of different videos coming out shortly, so I want to do an update on this particular colony, Opal in the Scavenger Gems. Thanks for the name for this colony. My daughter named the Queen, but one of my wonderful Patreons named the colony. The Scavenger Gems goes quite nicely with Opal, and yeah, Scavenger because they're like piranhas, they just love to eat their meat. So one video, long form video, I'm going to be doing on the meat ants, and then I have another one coming up on my strobe ants as well, which would be great to have. Alright, now what we might do is we might move over and have a little bit more of a look at the Mimisia and see if we can see what's going on there, if there's any development happening with that cricket and that worker that has no idea what it's doing in the outworld. But we'll have a little bit of a look around, and then we might wrap it up. Yeah, I'm still struggling quite a bit with this massive headache, so I do apologise for that. But yeah, that's life, isn't it? She is still semi-interested in that cricket. Just focusing a bit better. Come on. Yeah, Gordon. Meat ants have died back to one worker, lots of brood. Well, hopefully things start improving from there. The founding stages I found were quite tricky with my meat ants. Once they got up to probably around about 10 workers, things started to get a lot easier, but it was quite difficult. Once they got to that though, they just exploded, so hopefully with that new brood coming along, the Queen will be able to keep things going. Alright, so thanks heaps for joining me this morning, everybody. I know it's only been a little bit briefer than what I would have hoped, but I hope you've enjoyed having a look at a couple of my colonies this morning, looking at their up nice and close, getting some good footage, and I'm glad the live stream worked well, streaming with the new software here. So I hope everything came through nicely. The volume and the video quality. I'm really happy though that I was able to do this this morning, since it's been a very long time since I've been able to do a live stream. So if you'd like me to do more of these, for sure I'll be happy to do that, and I'll try and get them a little bit better, and we can have a little bit more of a look as well. Thank you so much, Terry S. Really do appreciate that donation. All of these donations, yeah, they go straight back into my ant keeping. So that is absolutely awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thanks Gordon as well. Yeah, hopefully this headache goes away. Really appreciate your support of the channel too, Gordon. It's been absolutely fantastic. You've been very generous. Well, thanks for joining me, everybody, this morning. I hope everyone has a really nice day today, no matter where you're joining me from, whether that's a Saturday or a Sunday. And yeah, we'll go from there and have a beautiful day. I'll leave this just on for a couple of seconds while I wrap up a few things. But thank you so much, everybody. And remember, happy and keeping.